G'day guys, welcome back to the shop for I think we're up to episode 37 of the Great Shop Cleanup. I'm Chris, the Ultimate Recycler. We're getting a bit of an echo in here. We've got to get back into this corner and get some more out of here today. So let's have a look at what we're going to tackle. Now I've got some exciting news about all those Nissan car manuals. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Today I think we'll get... Oh, there's some crates down here with laptops. I was going to say let's dig those milk crates out, but that's a bit awkward. I was going to get back into this cupboard behind me with Ford manuals. We'll get to that shortly, but we've got some old laptops to deal with today, so that's the go. Let's get them through to the bench and work out what we're going to do with them. Just before I carry them through, that's those there. There's two tubs of them. We're going to clear this corner out fairly quickly, although I don't know what's in that steel box in there. But a lot of these milk crates, I think there's some with hard drives and CD-ROMs in from my early computer scrapping days when I started scrapping next door. So they should be fairly quick to get through. Let's look at these laptops first, and that will free up. Oh, we have a box of tools down here too. So for those of you that are looking forward to tools, we'll probably do those after the laptop. Then we'll get on to this shelf. Oh my goodness, laptops are heavy. And there's the other crate. Okay, let's make some decisions on these. Some laptops have some collectability depending what brands and how old, and they are worth a little bit. Most laptops, and same with computers and same with a lot of electrical, fall into that bracket where they're not old enough to be collectible, or they're just a generic brand and they're not new enough to be useful. I can guarantee none of these will be worth trying to reformat and resell, because I've been down that path, and unless they're almost current models, it's just not worth the time. Okay, let's alter the camera and I'll start going through them. Okay, now most of these I've acquired just from collecting e-waste over the years, and I've just stacked them aside. This is a Toshiba. How do we open this? There we go. And it looks pretty neat. It's quite a vintage one. It's looks like someone scratched their password into the, or written it in pencil into the frame there. Windows 2000. I'm going to quickly check these models on eBay and see if any of them are collectible. This is a Satellite 1730. And basically, unless I find some that sell for reasonable money, I'm just going to put them in a pile for scrap. I will remove the hard drives, generally pretty easy to get to. I'll take any RAM out, usually that's easy to get to as well. And that way any data is safe, and I'll just sell them as scrap laptops. I have a pile in the shop already, and I just have $5 each on them. And I think I've sold one or two, and I don't know what purpose people are buying them for. That hinge is all broken there, so that one's definitely scrap. Another Toshiba. Will it open? Oh, we'll open it from here. It's just got a latch on. Oh, they've got little latches on these. So basically whatever's left when we close our shop, I will do one massive big pile. Perhaps I'll take a photo and try and sell them on Facebook. Maybe some recycler who likes scrapping these things might buy the lot. E-Waste Ben used to offer a price per kilo. That's a MacBook, and not sure what age that is, but basically they're all going for scrap if there's nothing here that's collectible. And if anyone's interested in any of them, by all means I'll sell them at $5 each. Inspiron 1300. And that's after I've quickly checked them, because some certainly do bring better money, and you know, I want to get a bit of a return on them. An Acer X-Tenza 5230 with a smashed screen. So yeah, they're pretty easy to get RAM and hard drives out. It'll only take me a little while to do, and then they'll just go in a stack. This is a dirty one. What was that? Compact, is it? Yes, it is a compact. It's a bit corroded, or just very, very dirty. So none of these are going to be worth selling as laptops. Let's get the other box up here. Okay, another Toshiba. That's pretty clean. That's a Satellite. Now some thicker ones in here, and they're a bit like the old records. They're really early ones were quite thick, and the laptops were like paving stones. That's a Toshiba Tecra Haven't heard of that one. This one's a nice thick one. It's an IBM ThinkPad. Now some of these are collectible. I did sell one of these a while back, and I think this one's probably going to be certainly better than $5. What's it like in there? Yeah, a bit dusty, but looks okay. So I'll be checking that out. It probably isn't worth a great deal more, but you know, some of them can bring 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks. Not sure. Certainly better than 5. HP. HP True Vision, it says up the top. Oh, it's Pavilion DV6. I did sell one of these a little while back, but it was a fairly modern one. This is a Windows 7. This one looks like it has been used as a paving stone. It's a Lenovo IdeaPad 3300S. Very dirty, that one. Lots of Toshibas in here. Oh, the latch is stuck on this one. There we go, it's just very tight. That looks fairly clean inside. That's a satellite as well. A HP. It's got an i5 in it, Windows 7. It's a, oh, that's another Pavilion G6, that one. All right, a little iPad, and I've discovered these certainly aren't worth the effort. I did get a heap from a school and they were locked and I couldn't get into them. And they all went to e-waste, unfortunately. A little Toshiba notebook or something here. It's got a broken hinge. What do they call this one? It's a satellite, but it's a small version. Another Apple here, Apple one. MacBook Pro with a smash screen. And the last one in this box, another Toshiba. And that one's missing a button. It's another satellite. So there we go. I'll quickly pull out any RAM or hard drives. The hard drives will just go into a box and I'll work out what to do with later, because I have a few crates of hard drives. And I think there's only one there that we can maybe try and sell. The rest are going to be $5 each in the shop. Probably none will sell. And then I'll either take a load to Melbourne to somewhere that buys them, because e-waste bin isn't buying anymore, I believe. And or else I'll advertise them as one huge lot, which I'd probably end up with a few hundred kilos. Probably, I don't know, I could end up with 100 laptops. I think even a listing on eBay might attract someone that likes to either scrap them out or perhaps for precious metal recovery. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have them stacked up here, because one phone call or one listing on Facebook will get rid of them very quickly when we have to close. And I stand the chance of making $5 here and there before that happens, because I don't think we'd get that where if we sell them as scrap, they're likely to be $1 or $2 each. But if we've got 100 of them at $2 each, is $200. Much better than taking them to the transfer station here as e-waste. Okay, I'm going to pull the RAM and the hard drives out and I'll check out that IBM. And now I'm back with everything processed. I've pulled out the RAM and the hard drives out of the laptops, and I have a stack here at the back, and I have a few other ones that I'm going to price a bit higher. For a start, the IBM ThinkPad are quite an iconic laptop and eagerly sought after, apparently because they can run Windows XP. They're suitable for a lot of the games of the era, and this is before ThinkPad went to Lenovo. So I'm going to ask $50 for that. It is untested. I don't have a power supply, but it appears to be in pretty good condition. It's got the card thing over here, which I think it's like a Wi-Fi card. So that goes with it. So I'm going to ask $50 for that. The Toshiba, both these Toshibas, one was an early satellite, I think a 1730, and the other one was what? Don't remember. But they're both quite early. Well, that's the Tecra M5. They're in good condition and they're older laptops, and I think they're going to have some collectability, but I'm not pricing them up too much. They're going to be $10 each, as they are, untested, but cosmetically they're pretty good condition. Down the track they might be very collectible, but $10 each on those. I'll put them in the shop. The Lenovo IdeaPad here is the most modern of the laptops. It's about 8 years old. It has a Core i7 8th generation CPU. I'm not sure what version of Windows it's running, and it looks okay. I cleaned it up. It was absolutely filthy, and it's still a bit dirty, but geez, looked like it had been thrown out in the backyard while it was raining. And there's a lot of screws missing. So I did take the cover off to look for the RAM, and there was no RAM in it, but I suspect that it's had issues. Maybe it's had some parts pinched out of it. But I'm going to put $10 on it just because I think might be useful for some other parts. The rest of the stack are going to be $5 each, and I'll give you the list right here in case there's anything that you want parts out of. I won't post these though, not for $5. It takes me more than $5 worth of labour to wrap them up. The only one I'd consider posting here is the IBM. The rest of them will be available in the shop, and as I said earlier, eventually whatever's left will just go in one big huge listing as scrap laptops, and someone else can decide. We did get a bit of extra value here. We've got three 4GB sticks, which I'm going to ask $5 each for. I think they're still chased by some people. These are 2GB sticks. They're 1GB. They're 512 megabyte, and they're 256 megabyte. I'm going to put all of those in the shop at $1 a pick, and people can, if they want them, look, if I get $1 each, I'm doing much better than scrap. I think there's over 100 of these in a kilo, so they're not worth $100 a kilo for scrap. So we'll see if we can get a little bit of return there. These ones I hope to get $5 each for. And the hard drives will just go in a crate I've got at home for hard drives, and I'll work out what to do with those later on. They'll probably go for scrap though. So there we go. That's the value we've got out of these laptops, but importantly, we've made some decisions and we've made some more space in the storeroom. Speaking of the storeroom, here we go. Lots of space there now, and we'll access that box of tools in the next episode. Now you'll notice some boxes here. This is all the remaining stock of Nissan manuals. Those HelloFresh boxes are super heavy. They're chocked full of manuals. So that's every single Nissan or Datsun manual that I've been able to round up that hasn't sold. And the good news that I hinted at earlier today is I've sold the lot. They've all gone. So that lot there is put aside for a guy from Sydney that's coming down in a few weeks, and he's going to pick all those up. That's great news. And I've also sorted this side of the room. So I think I've told you all along it's just mostly empty crates and boxes. Well, now at least it's more organised. Because I've been doing a bit of eBaying, it's handy to look for the packing supplies and empty tubs and boxes, which actually meant that I had to get some out of that room. So I've inadvertently packed up a bit of stuff out of there. Sorry I didn't take you with me, but I've got some crates here packed full of postage envelopes and everything. So I feel much more organised now, and it tidies up a big section of this room. And now that I've got all the Nissan manuals organised, I probably should start on these Ford ones in that big cupboard. But next week or next episode, we'll get into those tools. And the bonus about selling the Nissan manuals is that shelf is now free for other things. And the manuals realised about $1,700, almost $1,800 in total. And you saw them all in 2 episodes, so that was not far short of $2,000 worth of manuals. I did the guy a bit of a discount on the bulk lot. I sold 2 lots on eBay at $100 a lot, so $200 back through eBay. About 700, a bit under 800 through Facebook specialised groups. I didn't sell any through the shop, and the rest of them I did a deal for the guy for $1,000 a lot. So that doesn't add up, does it? It was $1,000 a lot for the bulk deal. We must have done about 500 through Facebook groups and about 200 on eBay. So $1,700 and something. I'm really happy to move those on. And also, while we're on the subject of selling lots of stuff, you remember these tubs? There was this large tub of electrical conduit fittings, and there was this box with all those saddles in it and lots of other old stuff out of the electrical shed. A guy came in the first weekend, a regular customer, and took both tubs. I didn't even have to unpack them. $20 per lot, so $40 back. Lots of stuff gone. Things are looking good. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.